What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, we have some supercars right here, and we're going to be interviewing the owners. We're here at a car show hosted by Obsess here at Blackhawk Museum. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the video. We have a goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so make sure you guys support the channel, and let's get right to the video.
I'm Neil, I'm 30 years old.
And what do you do for a living?
I own Contra Costa Auto Service in Concord. I'm a mechanic. I've been a mechanic for 13, 14 years. I've owned 2 shops over the last 10. I work on everything, like Ferraris to, I specialized in BRZs for a long time. Cool. Yeah, I still run the shop. I still work on cars.
Awesome. And what car did you bring today?
This is my 2012 Bianco Avis, a white 458 Italia. Beautiful. This was my dream car.
Timeless, man.
Yeah, dude. Really I bought it a year ago, just before my 30th birthday. It was my present to myself.
Really? So. Before you were 30?
That was my goal.
Wow.
I wanted to own one before I was 30. So
that's inspiring. And for someone that's like in their 20s and wants to be able to afford one of these cars, what advice do you have for them?
Get into blue collar work.
Blue collar work.
The money's there right now. People would rather do tech and stuff, which could be easy money for some, but we need plumbers, electricians, mechanics. And there's a lot of money to be made. Even a couple of the Lambos that were here earlier. Okay. Guy's a plumber, another guy's an electrician. No way. Yeah, you don't think about it. Everyone thinks it's all tech money, but no, we get our hands dirty. Yeah. And there's money in it.
Yeah. And for someone that's scared to put themselves out there, that's scared to like take that leap of faith, what advice do you have for them?
America's pretty dang good to start a business. Even California, even with all our crazy taxes, whatever, this is the easiest place to start your own business. There's so much support for it online. There's so many business owners that want to help out. Yeah. Just do it. You gotta jump and just. If it doesn't work out, a lot of successful people, they just keep grinding, going back and trying. It just takes that first time of jumping into it. So.
Did you go to college?
I did not go to college. No, I barely made it out of high school.
Really?
Yeah.
so you don't need a college degree to be able to be successful?
Not. Absolutely not. No, it's it works for some people. School just never really worked for me. I have really bad ADD and I couldn't sit still. Working on cars just kind of came up as a fun thing to do, and it turned in from a hobby to a business pretty quick. Yeah. And then never looked back.
So. How much is this car?
This car right now, about 200 grand. 200 grand? Yeah, really, they kind of range, but yeah, anywhere from 170 to 250 right now.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much.
Absolutely, man.
My name is JR. I am 43.
43. And can you share with us like what you do for a living?
I have an OnlyFans account. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm a financial advisor, so I manage wealth for affluent families. And
what type of cars do you own here? Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, I have this 2022 Ultimate Lamborghini, the Lost Aventador V12. I have here a Huracan STO. I just actually got this a couple of weeks ago. This is brand new, 2023. I did the whole spec myself. The inside of the Ultimate is very special because it's like a Tiffany blue. And then I matched the Tiffany blue interior with Tiffany blue matte exterior here of the STO. And then this is my 2020 Ferrari F8.
Okay.
And
how much does it go for?
This one's around 400.
400? What about these two?
This one's like 500 and this one's like about 850.
850, wow.
So all three have a very different driving experience. That one's probably, the Ultimate is my favorite one because it's loud, it's obnoxious. And
I think I heard it.
Yeah, every time it's very loud. This one's more smooth.
Yeah.
And like you can wear go to a nice dinner or like wear a nice suit.
With the wife, huh?
Yeah, and this one's more fun and it's a track car as well, so take it on the track.
Nice. And let's say like somebody watching wants to own one of these cars. Like, what's the best advice you would give them to set them on the right track to afford these cars?
Yeah, so find what you're passionate in and be the top 1%, because if you're the top 50%, let's just say you're going to make 50 grand. If you're the top 10%, you'll make 120 grand. If you're the top 5%, you'll make 200 grand. If you're the top 2% you'll make a million, and if you're top 1%, you make infinity. So you have to be the top 1%. You have to be indispensable, and everyone knows who you are and that you're going to do a good job and you're ethical at the same time.
For somebody that wants to make their first $1 million, like how did you get there, and what advice would you give them?
I would say save real estate and have a job that gives you higher income potential than a base salary.
Okay.
So, for example, sales or a business, you can have a job to start, but then you have to find something where you're your own boss, or you can make unlimited earning potential rather than being stuck at a point.
Right. Okay. And like a lot of people, like they're obviously these cars, anyone can afford them, right? They put hard work, but not everyone's like willing to put in the hard work. Maybe they're afraid or something. What advice would you give them to like take that leap of faith and go all in?
Oh, so I would say whatever you say you're gonna accomplish, just do it with no excuses.
No excuses.
Like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm sick. Or, oh, my dog's sick, or whatever. Like, there's no excuse. If you're gonna say you're gonna do something, just do it with full force, 100%. And the first years of any career, you are overworked and underpaid, and then after you make it, you're overpaid and underworked.
Yeah.
So, but you can't get to that level till you work more than you think you, and you think you should get paid more. No, like you got to start somewhere.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for the advice, man.
My name's Chris, 39.
39. What do you do for a living?
Semiconductor sales.
Okay. And what car did you bring in today?
So I brought a 2002 gated manual Lamborghini Murcielago.
Yeah. How many miles you said? Yeah.
30,000 miles, just over 30. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. For someone that wants to be able to afford one of these cars one day, what advice do you have for them?
Just find something that you are good at, get really, really good at it, set yourself apart, find a niche, and then just exploit that. Because, I think my advice is right after you graduate, spend a couple years figuring out what you want to do.
Okay.
After you've selected what you want to do, perfect doing just that, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then give it a few years, you can start asking for quite a bit of money.
Yeah, all right. So you went to college then?
I did. I majored in electrical engineering at Santa Clara University.
All right. And for people that are afraid to like take that leap of faith, that are scared to like go out and put themselves out there, what advice do you have for them?
I mean, what's the worst they could say? No?
Yeah, that's true.
You might as well try. I mean, even if 5 people say no and the last one gives you a shot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's still worth it.
Okay. And any other final thoughts, any advice you have for people watching?
Do something that you enjoy, do something you're passionate about, and then the money will come, right? I think the money will come if you get really good at what you do. I mean, you see content creators, you see people that do sports, you see people that make music, you see people that write for a living and books, and they all have one thing in common: is the guys and girls that get paid the most are really good at what they do, even if it's not a crazy special task, right? There are guys that own companies that clean buildings. There's guys that own packaging material companies, right? And it's not glamorous, but you can make tons of money doing it if you're good at it, right?
Yeah.
So
it's not pretty. Sometimes like you really got to put the hard work.
Yeah, don't worry about don't worry about the optics of how prestigious your job seems to be. Just get really good at one thing. Somebody out there is willing to pay you for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, thank you so much for the advice, man. Appreciate it. There you guys have it. We had a great time meeting all these supercar owners. They gave us great advice. And honestly, to be able to afford these type of cars, you gotta work hard. It doesn't come easy. It comes with hard work and time. So we appreciate everyone that was interviewed. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the video, and we'll see you on the next one.